This was about ongoing communications. You had 3 communications with Kislyak. And now you can't recall, with answering Senator Leahy, you can't recall whether you discussed what you discussed with Kislyak.
What I would say to you is,
please.
Okay, go ahead. You go make a lot of allegations, Senator. It's hard for me to respond to them in the time I've got.
Can I have a little bit more time? Okay. You said today in response to Senator Leahy that you don't recall whether you talked about the campaign, whether you don't recall whether you talked about issues and Trump's views on issues with Russia. Those are very, very relevant to the campaign. Whether a surrogate from the campaign is talking with the Russian ambassador about the candidates' views on Russian policy, especially at the Republican National Convention, at the Mayflower Hotel the day before Trump is going to give his maiden speech on foreign policy. That's very different. Not being able to recall what you discussed with him is very different than saying, I have not had communications with the Russians. The ambassador from Russia is Russian. And how your responses morphed from I did not have communications with the Russians to I did not discuss substantive I did not discuss any the political campaign, and then finally going to I did not discuss interference in the election. That's moving the goalpost every time. And we're starting off with an extra point, and by the end, we're going to a 75-yard field goal. If it has to be us, saying I didn't discuss interfering with the election is your last statement. That's a very different bar than I can tell you I did not meet with any Russians.
Relatively short answer.
So he gets to do about 10 minutes improperly framing this subject, and I'm given a short chance to respond.
Proceed, please. But then we're going to call on Senator
First and foremost, Senator Franken, you and I have had a good relationship on this committee. I would tell my colleagues, I think most of you know, I've committed myself to a high level of public service, to reach the highest standards of ethics and decency in my service, to be honest about things that I say. And so you have now gone through